right, so let's talk about the rig real quick. Using a 1/2 ounce egg sinker, or 20 grams is what I think. It's one of those ones off Amazon. I got about 100-pound test barrel swivel and about 18 inches of 25-pound mono, followed by a 4.0 or a 5.0. I believe it's a 4.0 inline circle hook. I've seen guys fishing, you know, longer leaders. Personally, I don't like the real lengthy leaders, especially for what we're fishing for. But I feel like 18 inches is more than enough. But all right, man, so there's no incorrect way to hook them. Personally, depend on the size, depends on how I hook them for drift fishing. I'm probably gonna hook this one like that, but you could hook through the nose or out in the mouth and out the nose. But when they're like that size, I like the presentation when it's, you know, through the side of the nose. Now granted, if I was fishing no weight, like just a plain hook, and or even with a split shot, if you're having an issue with fish, your bait, you know, not wanting to go down, swimming down, you could hook them in the back, like right beneath the fin, the dorsal fin, and that sometimes will alleviate that problem. Just gonna put this right here. I'm gonna try and drift this little edge right here. Oh, so I'm messing with it. See that? There's a fish. Oh yeah. Oh, there he goes. Oh man. All right, man, so we're gonna drop down that spot. We just missed our first opportunity. Go figure. That's why I know why. I mean, they, you know, federally changed it to circle hooks for live bait, but a guy like me who rarely uses circle hooks, it's definitely an adjustment. You know, I'm used to, you know, you feeling that hit, just lifting up and setting that hook. And with circle hooks, you know, you're still lifting up and tightening the line, but not to the same extent that you would with like a J hook. But good thing we have plenty of bait, so hopefully that's not our only fish of the day. That was actually pretty quick, honestly. I know live bait's pretty hard to beat. Oh, look at, oh son, oh, these circle hooks are killing me. How did I miss that one? Oh, he came back for him. Man, these circle hooks are absolutely killing my hookup ratio, man. And that's on me for not fishing circle hooks very often. I won't be surprised if we lose this fish, honestly. Bad time for a battery to die. You didn't miss much, other than it probably peeled another 20, I don't know, 20 yards of line. It's not a big one, but it's a striper. Not a dink, but definitely not a big one. But you know what? I'll take it for right now. With the way we've been setting hooks today, I missed 2 stripers prior to this guy. Swing them in. And see, when you do hook these fish with these circle hooks, they do a good job. I mean, look at that hook set. You really can't beat that. But you know, I probably missed on 2 or 3 fish so far. Oh, see that? That's definitely a fish. But I'm gonna let him take it because I seem to be jumping the gun on some of these. Man, see that? That's 100% a fish. Because I'm just sitting in one little spot. Oh. All right, man, I'll be honest with you. It's been a very long time since I fished live spot like this. If I'm, you know, my memory recalls, I probably haven't fished this way in almost a decade. I'm not big on, you know, if I could catch fish using soft plastics, I'd rather that. It's so much easier. You know, you grab your kayak, grab your rods, and just pretty much launch it and go. With the live bait, you know, it adds a different element, adds more weight to the boat or the kayak. This time of year, I'm not as worried with them. You know, you could fit a good dozen or so in a, I think it's a 3-gallon bucket behind me. Because when the water temperature drops, they don't use as much oxygen, so they're a little bit easier to keep alive this time of year than they are, you know, midsummer or, you know, warmer months. And honest to God, why I would probably stay away from this type of fishing in the summer and you know, later months of the year is, you know, the amount of bycatch. There's a ton of sharks around that time, like sandbars. You know, even the dogfish will eat these guys. And at $4 a piece, man, you could be, you know, kicking yourself. You'll blow through a lot of bait in the spring and summertime when those warm water fish are around. That's why this time of year I don't mind it, because, you know, we're either going to catch stripers or we're not going to catch anything at all on them. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, there's a fish. Small guy. That's what I get for trying to jig. Man, it's a tiny striper. But beggars can't be choosers, man. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Did you see the two that followed him under? Well, that's a sign that there's more here. Let's get you in. Easy, buddy, easy. All right, man, so there's still life here. Man, the one that followed him up, there's two underneath him, but one that was right under him looked pretty nice. All right, let's let you back. Might have to just go back to the one rod. I think two might be just playing with fire at this point. All right, let's get right up here in this little eddy. Pitch it right in front of us. I might be in the shallows right now. Might have to pull up a tad bit. As you can tell, we are just not doing very well this December with electronics. Rewired everything, got power now, but I think my transducer cord might be on the fritz, because pretty much everything else works, like speed and the maps, which run off the power cord, whereas the sonar, the side scan, all that stuff, water temperature, runs off of the transducer cord, which currently we have none of that information. So kind of just fishing blind again, but it is what it is. Getting right to that area where we got that last hit. Might be another one sitting here. Ooh, that feels like a fish. I'll wait till he takes it though. Oh, got him. Came back for it. I was gonna say, man, I think I'm giving these fish a little too much leeway because of the circle hook. Yeah, sit that right there. definitely giving these fish too much, because I let that guy run with that for a while, but it seems to be working a little bit better than what we were doing earlier in the day, where we were literally, you know, trying to set the hook as soon as we felt that thump. Ooh. Yeah. Let's get you back in the water. I mean, you do get those perfect hook sets, man. I just do not have as much experience with circle hooks as I do J hooks, so definitely is a learning curve. Little back bay bass, man. All right, got ourselves a fresh spot on. Gonna drop them down. It's kind of been a lackluster day, if I'm being honest with you. Part of that really has to do with I could be missing these fish by feet, you know, just not being in the right area or drifting the right, you know, edges of a slough. But I'm just happy we're catching something, because, you know, in the wintertime it can be a grind. You know, you got to kind of remind yourself that it's, you know, almost the end of December. The water's cold. You know, these fish are definitely acting a lot different right now. And, you know, when it's really cold out, man, you just got to be thankful for what you catch. So I'm messing with it, I think. Oh yeah, oh, had him and dropped him. I'm gonna drop it back down. Maybe he'll come back for it. Whew, man, it is such a weird, they're like picking it up and dropping it. Very weird hits. There, oh, what are we doing? He came back for it. He came back for it. Man, I gotta work on my circle hook game, because, man, oh, it definitely could use some help. Man, such a weird, we didn't lose the spot. Look at that. Well, we might lose him because he's dangling up the hook, or dangling up the line. Man, that spot has seen better days. Look at that. All right, little chunk. There he goes. We might have to just save this guy as like a last ditch bait. Jeez, man, I will tell you this, I'm not afraid to admit, man, when I'm not good at something. Fishing, you know, drift fishing with live bait is definitely not my strong side, or strong suit, I guess you would say. I've definitely lost more fish than I've caught, but it's like anything. If you never done it before, there always is going to be a learning curve, and it's always going to be a little bit more difficult, you know, than what you might anticipate. Oh, 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 oh. Come on, stay on there. Man, I keep holding my breath every time I go to set the hook, and I feel like I'm gonna lose them. Man. Oh. It's such a different type of fishing, man. It really is. For those of you that have a heavy hand like me, man. Oh, RIP spot. Those of you that have a heavy hand like me, man, circle hooks are usually definitely not as fun. That's a little guy. Woo. There he goes.